The state of Virginia has two prominent amusement/theme parks. There is Kings Dominion north of Richmond, and there is Busch Gardens Williamsburg nearby Virginia Beach. During the summer of 2025, I had the great opportunity to check out these two parks and rode over 15 roller coasters in total, and in this video, I'll be ranking the top 10 best roller coasters in Virginia. And this video is made to celebrate the channel's goal for this year of 700 subscribers. So we have 5 coasters at Kings Dominion, and the other 5 are at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. A quick note, I've not ridden Pantherian yet. It was closed when I visited Kings Dominion, so that is not going to be on this list. Maybe want to update this, Pantherian will take the top spot. So let's start at Kings Dominion. So back in this area called Jungle Expedition, there was a bobsled coaster called Reptilian. This is America's only steel bobsled coaster, and it definitely exceeded my expectations. It felt really weird riding it for the first time since the train swing up the sides of the trough. It actually reminded me of the bat at Kings Dominion's sister park, Kings Island near Cincinnati, Ohio. The seats are comfortable, but the way how two riders position each other is really weird. So basically, one person sits down on the seat backing, and the other person sits in their lap. It's very strange, but at least that didn't take away from the ride experience. The final helix in particular pulled very strong forces. I rode this twice as well, which both occurred in the front. Overall, I liked it. I will do this again next time I go. So for number 9, let's go from Jungle Expedition all the way to Old Virginia for the isolated Grizzly. This is Kings Dominion's main winter coaster, and it was pretty solid. The Gravity Group retrack sections definitely helped with the ride experience, but they need to retrack the finale. I was shocked by how bad it was. The layout is simple too. It's a double out and back, and it actually reminded me of a miniature version of the Beast at Kings Island. It's because of the wooded setting. After my only ride, I felt pretty content with it. I wasn't really in the mood to do it again, but I wouldn't say it's a one and done though. Overall, it's pretty solid. For the next coaster, it's definitely going to spark some controversy. So let's go back to Jungle Expedition for Rapterra. Yeah, I know, it's a really low placement for this ride, but after my one and only lap, I had enough. That was all I could handle. With the trend of these new B&Ms on how they run, that's why Rapterra was the most disappointing coaster of the trip. But let's start with the positives. The first launch had some great pull, the wingover was a weird but fun maneuver, the dive loop wasn't too bad, then you reach the S-Hill, and that's when everything goes wrong. It shuffles side to side like it's been running for over 25 years. It's really weird for a brand new roller coaster, and every element after that is rattly as crap, except for the speed hill. That has some good floater. I was fully expecting before going the Rapterra will place in my top 25, and spoilers for that video, Rapterra barely missed it by a few spots. Yep, Rapterra is not in my top 25. That's how disappointing it was. Overall, I'm not saying it's bad, it's just the rattle that knocks it down. If it didn't have it, it would easily place in my top 25. But as it is, it's just sad on how new B&Ms run now. Speaking of B&M, let's go from the back of Kings Dominion to the front for Dominator. This is a little better than Rapterra. The main reason is because it's smoother. If you know me, I love a smooth roller coaster. That's why Iron Gwazi is my number 1. It's as smooth as it can get. I wouldn't say Dominator is glossy smooth though. There is a hint of a rattle here and there, but it's not that bad. Let's start with the first drop. It has some nice laterals and pull, and the vertical loop has some good forces and hang time. The Cobra roll was snappy along with the double corkscrews. That has some good whip, and I love how they kept the loop yellow to pay homage to Geauga Lake, Dominator's old home. I also like how you're surrounded by it in the plaza. You just feel tiny next to it. Dominator exceeded expectations for me. I'm excited to get back on it someday since that is not my last visit to Kings Dominion. I will go back someday for Pantherian. So let's give Kings Dominion a break. Let's go to Busch Gardens Williamsburg for the next 5 spots. Let's start off by escaping the Black Forest on Verbolten. Verbolten is one of the best family coasters out there, and that's saying something since it's higher than 2 extreme coasters. Let's begin with the indoor part, and spoilers ahead if you don't want to know what happens. The thematics are really cool how you whiz past them, and the main part, aka the drop track, was a nice touch. Besides the indoor part, it's good fun. The launch out of it has good force, the drop into the Rhine River has a nice free fall sensation, and I forgot to mention that the launch into the dark is fantastic, and with the ride having a comfortable lap bar and a smooth track, and you got a winner. It sucks that I've ridden this only once, but next time I visit, I'm gonna get more laps. Now let's walk across the path into Alpengeist. Alpengeist is such a beast of a ride. It was a big winner of the trip. If you've ridden Raptor over a Cedar Point, it's like that but it's twice the size. Let's begin by how loud the lift hill is. You can barely hear the person next to you, and it's about the same volume as an excited kindergarten class. The 6 inversions all have great whip, especially the Cobra roll. Make sure to lean your head forwards and put a lot of pressure on your head against one side of the restraint. That method eliminates half of the headbanging you would have gotten originally. The placement is gorgeous as well. While you're at the top of the lift hill, the trees look like broccoli. This is also another coaster that I've ridden once. It wasn't the front, but I've heard the back is wild. Overall, I love Alpengeist. Definitely one of the better B&Ms I've ridden. So for number 4, we're not going that far. We're going from Germany to France for the mythical Griffin. This is my favorite dive coaster. Yes, I take this over both SheiKra and Valraven. I don't know why, but it's just a feeling that this reigns over those two. It's probably because this doesn't have many complaints from me. Sure, the ride could have lasted a bit longer, but it's still a great dive coaster. Valraven does have the best layout, but the vests hold it back. If it didn't have vests, it would dethrone Griffin. As for SheiKra, I was severely underwhelmed when I rode it. It just didn't do it for me. It is fun, but it's pretty lackluster. I wasn't really underwhelmed when I rode Griffin. Something about it stands out. I love this coaster, and I'm glad I rode this twice. The layout is good as well, and the ride is gorgeous. So next up, let's go from France all the way to Italy for Apollo's Chariot. This is the first ever hybrid coaster built by B&M, and just like the prior rides, it also exceeded expectations. It can be a little slow at some points, and the ride doesn't deliver the strongest airtime, but you know it's good if it's in the top 3. The first drop has some pretty good floater, the camelbacks have a nice floaty sensation, the helix has some surprising forces, and the placement is amazing. It's really cool how you glide over the Rhine River at the bottom of the first drop. If I had to describe this coaster, it is a step below Mako at SeaWorld Orlando. But to sum it up, love it. Now we are not going far for the next coaster. It's literally right across the pathway and you'll hit up Pantheon. This might have been the most surprising coaster of the trip. I was expecting it to be really good and it was even better than I thought. I haven't experienced this type of coaster before. The closest comparison I had was Maverick, since I haven't ridden a Velocicoaster yet, but I have talked about this ride a lot in previous videos, so if you're one of the few that has seen those, you already know what my thoughts are, aka the backwards hill is nuts, the spike is incredible, the stall has great hang time, and it's glass smooth. I'm currently working on a review on this coaster and I'll publish it soon for more in-depth thoughts. But what takes the top spot as the best coaster in Virginia, no shocker here, is Twisted Timbers. Holy crap, where do I even begin with this? Before hyping you up about it, I do have a review for this coaster if you want more personal thoughts, but back to the fun. This coaster is stupid. I knew it was going to be the best coaster of the trip, but I did not know it was going to be so aggressive. The bunny hop sharply ejects you out of your seat, the 3 inversions are great. If you ride this about 5 times, you're going to get bruises on your thighs, so think twice if you want to marathon it, which you absolutely should, because who knows when you're going to ride that again, and it's way too good for just one lap. It's worth multiple rides and the price of admission. So I want to hear from you guys. How would you rank the top 10 best roller coasters in Virginia? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. There will be more ranking videos in the near future, and you can expect a new video coming out in the next 5 days. So keep that adrenaline pumping, and thanks for watching.